7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Metallica Radio Network. The Metallica Radio Network is on the air. Welcome to the world premiere of Metallica's Death Magnetic. With a worldwide release set for Friday, September 12th, James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, Kirk Hammett, and Robert Trujillo are going to hang out and chat for the next hour about their new release. And now, coming to you live from Metallica HQ, here are your hosts, Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins.
All right! Hey! Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
Hi. How are you? Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Dave.
I'm Taylor.
We're from a band called the Foo Fighters. You're probably wondering why we're here interviewing Metallica today.
Why?
I'll tell you, James. Because you've just made an amazing record that everyone's going to get to hear tonight. People are going to get to hear some songs off the new record. But let me just start by saying I've been a fan of your band for about 25 years now, I think, since 83, 84, around the Metal Massacre, Kill 'Em All era. Back then, I've been a hardcore, faithful fan for that long. Every time you make a record, I'm the first one to go get it, and I listen to it, and it reminds me why I keep coming back for the records. This album, you guys, this is your best album. I don't want to say it's your best album ever, but it's close. How do you feel? How do you feel?
It's about time.
I want to hug you right now.
You can hug me later. We'll get to hugging a little bit later. I mean, how long did it take you guys to make this record? How long have you been working on it?
27 years. Right?
There you go.
Is it the record you always wanted to make?
Totally. Yeah, for the last 2 years. Yeah. Has it been 2 years? Seems like 20.
Going
but
on 3.
yeah, it's been a long time, but really short. This was the easiest record to make because we're getting along so good.
Yeah.
And after St. Anger's near-death experience of us and the movie, I think we learned a lot about each other. And this movie was the easiest, or this well, we did make a movie of this too. Why would you not film yourself doing everything you
Why
do?
do anything unless there's a camera on? That's what I always say. You know what I mean?
That's the only reason why I get up in the morning.
There you go.
Also, you found the bathroom cam. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, we gotten along really well, and this was just an amazing journey for us. Good time.
Also, working with Rick Rubin, who is the first time we worked with him, he has such a stress-free environment. He's really, you guys know him, he's really zen, he's really mellow, and there's no stress, and there's no hurry up and do this. Everything, he's open to everything, every idea that gets thrown. The word no doesn't exist. Hey, should we try it? Yeah, let's try it. So there's a very kind of calm, zen-like atmosphere that has been really great for us the last couple of years. And we also got a chance for the first time when we made a record to actually go out and play some live dates in between recording and writing and all this stuff. So you go out on the road, you play some shows for a couple, 3-4 weeks, and you bring a lot of that energy back into the studio. And that's really made a difference for us this year because you're not in the studio long enough to get sick of it. You're not on the road long enough to get sick of it. So you have these two balances. That's worked really well for us.
Well, these songs and listening to we heard the new record for the first time today.
About 6 songs.
Yeah, 6 songs, and we just listened to them over and over. And it's a live record. You could tell that this stuff, it's meant to be played live. That there's sections where I could just imagine a field of 100,000 people just beating the hell out of each other for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It's just out of control.
And in the audience, too.
But I mean, honestly, what you guys did this time, for anyone who hasn't heard it, I'm really excited for hardcore fans listening to this record. There were 3 of us sitting around today listening to it, and it was just all smiles and air drumming, and we're really,
awesome.
really,
That's
really
so
psyched.
awesome.
Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
Welcome back to the Metallica Radio Network with James, Lars, Kirk, and Robert for the world premiere of Death Magnetic.
Hey, this is Dave Grohl from Foo Fighters. Welcome back to the Metallica special.
And Taylor Hawkins.
I don't know. I don't like that guy. Where is he?
Find Chris Martin, bring him in here.
Jeez Louise. Okay, you know, one noticeable difference between this album and the last has got to be the guitar solos.
Yes, solos are back.
Yes, there are solos. Let me tell you. Not only is Kirk back, but dude, they've let you out of the cage, right?
Am I right? Sooner, you know, someone had to sooner or later.
It's kind of nuts because they're ripping and long, hard solos.
Thanks, man.
Every song chock full of ripping, shreddy rippies.
I could not put the wah pedal down. That's what you're.
You know
saying.
what? There's a moment on the last song actually when there's a drummer and there's that tear up with the wah, which is like the perfect. It's awesome. It's like shaking a bottle of pop.
Sample that.
I love it.
That was fantastic.
Thank you very much.
I wish
Now,
I could get that effect on my guitar.
Put me in that talk box. I'll make it happen. So I read somewhere that a lot of that stuff is. I mean, did you work on your solos this time, or is it a lot of off the top of the head stuff, or what?
Well, what happened was I worked on solos for a long part of the time, and you know, I didn't feel like I was hitting it on the head, and there was more than a few times where I just threw everything away and started over again, and after doing that like 2 or 3 times, I just said, screw it, and just went for just total spontaneity and like playing in the moment and playing live, which is something that Rick Rubin was trying to get out of us anyway. And so I just went for it, man. I just said, push the button, let's let her rip and see what comes out. And there honestly were times where I was recording and I'd play something and I'd look up from my guitar afterwards to say, what the hell was that? What did I just do? I mean, it was just, it came to a point where it felt like I was channeling something else. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but a lot of the times I just went for total spontaneity and just like really just stuck my neck out there and just went for the throat.
Well, I think it's one of the things that makes the album sound like a classic Metallica record, because you guys are specific ingredients, the things that each one of you do that nobody else does. And when you all do those things together, that's when it sounds like an amazingly classic Metallica song, which we're going to hear another one right now. Now, this song
It's my favorite.
Taylor Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen. Taylor Hawkins' favorite song.
All right, yeah. This is definitely my favorite song. How long are we going to the song yet? All right,
Starts with drums, right?
Yeah, it does. I think so. And
whatever. Boring.
it's called My Apocalypse. It's the second song I heard.
Is it the second song on the record or the last song on the record?
Last song.
Booyah!
And this one is relentless and never stops. And I like the end. I don't know.
My Apocalypse.
All right then.
2, 1. Metallica Radio Network. Go! Metallica Radio Network. Welcome back to the Metallica Radio Network and the world premiere of Death Magnetic, live at Metallica HQ with your hosts Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins.
All right, we're back with the Metallica guys.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm just kind of going down the line here, okay? We got to the solo thing. We kind of touched on the drums a little bit, but, you know, we could do that all night.
Yeah.
We could have our own little drum circle here, but we'll spare you guys.
I want to come sit over with you guys in a few minutes. Okay? Like drummers of the world unite.
I just have to say, with you three guys, it'd be an incredible drum off. Let's just say that.
You know?
Be an incredible amount of Advil necessary for everybody too.
Don would be working overtime.
Amazing beat off. Yeah.
Hey!
All right.
Rob, how are you, my friend?
You're
I'm
next.
doing great. Thanks.
You're doing good?
Oh, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your first Metallica record?
This is my first Metallica record.
Yeah, it is!
Yeah.
Now, you're no stranger to the rock studio. You've made a lot of rock records in your life.
Correct.
What was it like making this record with these guys? I want to know.
It was actually a lot of fun, a lot of jamming, and I was very fortunate to be sort of the middleman between Lars and James in a lot of situations. Kirk was actually spending a lot of time, he had his
Slacking
child.
off, not here.
No.
Not showing up.
He was representing the family.
Other stuff, water skiing.
And abandoned ship, Trujillo, take over. Yeah. And so anyway.
Yeah, Rob filled that vacuous sort of position while my wife had not one but two children.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez
Yeah.
Louise. Wow.
Not at the same time.
Not at the same time.
I mean, in the last 5 years, we've had, 4 children born? Wait.
Yeah.
Is this a
4
commune, this place? What is this?
That's insane. Join Metallica and give birth. I mean,
The Metallica baby factory is
Wow.
Spit them out.
Love family, man. Come on in. It's wonderful.
but it was a lot of fun. We spent a lot of time in that room right over there, jamming and working it all out. I can say that sitting between Lars and James in there arranging a hard rock metal song is like going to the best school of songwriting you can ever imagine.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
like,
that was a
as
question
huge
I had.
fans, like,
That was a question I had when I was listening to a lot of the new stuff was, how do you arrange that stuff? Because the arrangements are insane.
But that was also one of the great things that, one of the great suggestions that Rick Rubin actually made was getting these guys to kind of reunite with some of that energy from the old days, from the old school, and that old school of arranging. And it was a lot of fun, and just to kind of mediate at times. And most of the times it was definitely, pleasant vibe and we're having fun. And there are other times.
Couple brawls.
A couple brawls, a little bit of headbutting, figuring out the difficult technical stuff. But all in all, wonderful experience. And the scary thing is that I just think it's going to get better,
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I agree, man. I mean, it's nice to hear some ripping bass on the record, too.
It's nice to hear bass on the record.
Somebody, I was doing some interviews in Europe last week, and some guy looked me in the eye and said, "This record's like And Justice for All with bass."
I'll take that.
Hey, did you ever meet the guy that put bass on And Justice for All?
Yeah.
And then, because he gave me one of those, too. Some dude in Detroit.
Just for all.
With bass.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
30% more bass.
Amazing.
How do you think I learned Injustice for All? Thanks to that guy.
Wait, didn't you sell me a CD for $7? Oh, okay. All right. Another winner. Another wiener.
Another face slammer.
Yeah, another wiener. Another one in the bunch. Now, you know what? This break, I think, is not. I think this is a short one.
Muy
So
poquito.
I want to save the lyrical questions for the next long one because
You're
I'm
assuming
sure.
I can remember them.
Well, it's one of those things. All right, let's get into it then, dude.
Oh, whatever, man. You're in charge.
I mean, are you the? That's right. Are you the guy that carries around the journal or the notebook or the thing and writes down stuff, or do you write riffs and then write lyrics?
Or the iPod, or the
Or the
whatever,
deal,
I'd write it,
the dictaphone?
Pardon? Yeah.
Dictaphone.
What'd you call me? I used to pretty much have a bag full of napkins and whatnot, with just little notes written on, and half of them would get lost and whatnot. Basically, now I just write them in the phone, and I keep them all the time. Yeah, and then I can call myself and record some riffs. Riff. All right. And then we sit, a year later and listen to it and go, oh my God, what was I thinking? And then something cool comes out of it, like the last song or whatever. But I'm not the guy who's writing poetry all the time or journaling. Or,
God, I would have
something
thought
like that.
of you as the poetry.
You just
writer.
seem like
Yeah,
that
right.
dude.
Very
At the
sensitive.
coffee shop with your Power Mac.
Yeah, my beret and
Yeah.
my half calf.
Your
decaf.
soy latte. Because I mean, it's one of those things where I mean, I know a lot has happened with you in the last 5, 6, 7 years, however long it's been. I mean, seeing that movie, we all saw the movie, and that's hardcore. Like that's a crazy thing.
Yeah, we watched it.
No, but I mean to see someone go through like that whole process, all of you going through that process. That's kind of nuts, and then to have to carry that over again through another album cycle, and then, and then to go through a whole other record. I'm sure you have a lot of new stuff to
There was a lot of fuel.
figure out.
Well, there was a lot of fuel for this record lyrically because of what we went through.
Sure.
As I say, the near-death experience of Metallica, And so a lot of this, Death Magnetic, is kind of revolving around near-death experience and the rebirth and the life that's out there, the gratitude that we have, the awareness that, we kind of need each other more than we hate each other. All right, guys, let's sort this out. This is worth it, completely worth it. We go places with the key of Metallica, and writing about some of the fallen warriors that have passed. Lane Staley, and you certainly know one. And it could have gone that way. You never know. So writing about, and also what really inspired me was getting together with Rick Rubin and getting to know some of the stuff he worked with, Johnny Cash's stuff and the amazing stories of Johnny. There was an interview he did about his real near-death experience. He talked about the typical the tunnel, and I saw it all, and he came back for a reason, and he saw through new eyes, and just that gratitude for life.
Yeah.
There's something about that on this record.
That's awesome.